Okay. When I was at Litton, yeah, I had involvement with your loan and the modification of the loan.
I received a call, and my attorney first received a call from a Brian Kamiga at the Stephen J. Baum law firm.
Hmm.
Do you recall the circumstances of that?
Well, I think at that point, Tom, the issue had been raised to Goldman, and Goldman wanted to know all the background related to the loan in order to make a decision as to what they were going to do in connection with the loan. Um, and then they made a decision that they wanted to get um, a connection with somebody higher up at the Baum firm, who is Brian Kamiga, to actually handle the foreclosure and issues on a go-forward basis.
In July 2009, they served me with foreclosure papers.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember?
Yeah, I do.
Talk about it.
Well, I mean, look, Goldman, when there were elevated complaints, Goldman was heavily involved in making the decision as to what would be done with that. And basically, at the end of the day, their decision was if they proceeded with a foreclosure, they'd given several options. Those weren't accepted. So if they proceeded with foreclosure, they'd have about 18 months in the state of New York to foreclose. And in 18 months, it wouldn't be an issue related to a media issue. It kind of plays into their, okay, well, about 18 months later, guess what? They sold Litton. But that's what they were concerned about, that it wouldn't rise to a media issue.
Did they know I was involved in doing a film about foreclosure?
Sure. They knew you were involved in the film industry. I mean, basically, what Goldman would do is they'd have a team of people. They're PR guys. Louis Prague, I think he's like their top PR guy. Diwali, Litton's PR guy. They'd have a whole group of people on a telephone call going through wanting information in connection with the loan. I would provide the information, factual information related to the loan, and their discussions would be discussions as to what they were going to do in connection with the loan. So there were a number of discussions. At the end of the day, they decided that they wanted to go ahead and proceed with foreclosure. And of course, as part of that, they're doing background, public record searches, those types of things.
I mean, so, to your knowledge, Michael Diwali, Lucas von Prague, who else would have been involved in those?
They had a number of people. Like their chief of security would have been on the phone. Kevin Gasvoto would have been on the phone. Ken Murphy would have been on the phone. I mean, they had a whole list of people. And I would get an email saying, okay, we're going to have a conversation. We'd go through factual information provided to them. And then, they'd have their little after meeting afterwards. And an after meeting, and, I would get word as to what they intended to do. And the process took time. But, they were like, okay, who is this guy? Let's go find out, public records. Let's figure out who he is. They were all doing that type of stuff to try to figure out, in my opinion, could they prevent this getting to the media, number one. This big objective of theirs is no media. And two, were there ways to keep it out of the media by squeezing the customer, so to speak, by something that may be out there in the past.
So part of that had to do with public records, background searches and things like that.
Well, public record searches, okay, he's with Pacific Street. What kind of films do they do? Do we know anybody in the industry that's connected to Pacific Street? Are there avenues that in a way that we can utilize to our benefit to get the issue cleared up. And so that's what they would look for in connection with that. And I think on one call, when they found out you did an interview with Gretchen Morgensen, that was it. They were like, okay, well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to end up doing the foreclosure. He's talking to Gretchen. And look, she's an excellent reporter. She knows her stuff. And when you mention Gretchen Morgensen, people start to flinch. Even people at Goldman. I think it's the only reporter that they were even remotely, well, they were scared of all reporters, but they definitely didn't want her doing a story on Goldman.
So in November 2006, I received a hello letter, as they say in the business, from Litton, saying they now were servicing my loan on behalf of an investment group. I think it was CMLT, which is C Group Mortgage Lending Trust, 2006. To your knowledge, was that an actual assignment? Was that a for real assignment?
Well, no. I mean, when you look at the note on your mortgage, there's not an assignment into City Mortgage Trust. There's an assignment into Wells Fargo as a trustee for a trust. It doesn't say it's a City Mortgage Trust, but that endorsement is not proper.
Because in June 2009, there was an assignment, presumably the first assignment from J.P. Morgan Chase on behalf of WAMU that originated my loan to Wells Fargo, which was a trust, not CMLT. It was just SHL1. What gives with that?
Well, see, the note, if I could recall correctly, goes into a Wells Fargo as SH or CH1 trust. The endorsement in the note goes into that trust. The endorsement or the assignment goes into an SHL1 trust. So those aren't the same trust. I mean, one's SHL or SL1 and one's an SLH1. So to me, there would be that assignment is not assigning it into the proper trust according to the note. So that endorsement on the note under securitization, as I understand it, whoever originated the loan, Party A originates. When they sold it in the secondary market to Party B would have bought it. There would have been an endorsement from Party A to Party B. Now, that endorsement could have been done in blank. It wasn't done in blank on your mortgage. It was done directly into Wells Fargo as trustee. So when you have an when you have an endorsement like that, I'm selling the loan to Party A, so you need an endorsement from Party A to Party B, or one in blank. And then there would have been an endorsement once it was securitized from Party B into the trustee. Because the trustee in a securitization holds all right, title, and interest of the loan on behalf of the certificate holders of the trust. They hold the loan.
Well, to add to compound the problem, then I think about a month ago I got a hello letter from Aquin, having bought out Litton's portfolio. And it basically says, like it did in the hello letter to Litton, that my loan was now owned by a CMLT trust. I mean, what's the problem there?
Well, according to the note says that the owner and holder of your loan is Wells Fargo as trustee for the SH1 trust, 2006. So if you're going to send a hello letter and you're going to identify who the holder of the loan is, well, CMLT is not the holder of the loan. Wells Fargo is. The endorsement on the note says this is Wells Fargo and Wells Fargo owns the note. So I'm not clear why they said the CMLT 2006 trust owns it when CMLT SH1L1 is disclosed in that letter, and the note says it's asset-backed securities SH106 that owns the loan.
Would that give a judge pause for thought, looking at this information?
You know, I can't speculate as to what judges would or would not do in connection with that. But, you know, if if you're looking for the proper endorsements on the note, the proper assignment chain, and then how the complaint was brought in the name for standing, then you would hope that a judge would look at it.